Gran Turismo 7 free roam. I think I'm the only person on YouTube talking about this, but there are so many of you that want to do what we can see on the right hand side here in Gran Turismo in a free roam environment. I mean, look, the graphics are really good in Gran Turismo. The cars are some of the best, detailed cars. The handling, the physics are arguably the best you can get in any console racing game. But you can see we're limited by these artificial barriers. I mean, they render all these amazing spaces. You can see it. This is Sardinia on the right hand side. And we could go over these hills. We could go exploring. They could leave us stuff to find. There could be crates and there could be wrecks. There could be all this kind of stuff. But we just can't do it. And I'm going to make the argument why we need Gran Turismo free roam and why I think it will happen. So on the left hand side, we've got Crew Motorfest. I'm going to show you some Crew Motorfest footage in this video because that is not a first-party game. It's not a Microsoft game. It's done by Ubisoft, a third-party publisher. And what they've been able to do is pretty mad. And you can have so much fun. You can do Formula 1 cars on the streets. You can do, go rallying off-road. You can even do cars and do boats and planes, which I don't care about. But pretty much any type of car from road cars, sports cars, racing cars, all the way to F1 cars you can do. And on the right-hand side, look, F1 cars, some people say they should stay on the track. That's where they belong. But there are so many places to do F1 cars on the tracks. Don't you just want to take an F1 car to the open road and just see how it would be? Really unlock that performance and have a mad experience. So yes, in this comparison here, Gran Turismo absolutely dominates. I want to make that clear. On a track, Crew Motorfest is not as good as Gran Turismo. The handling is not as good. The AI is not as good. The setup of the race is not as good. The tyre wear, very basic tyre wear, is not as good either. So, Gran Turismo does dominate here. But when you go into these sort of long races, look, I've never... This is a Lamborghini Revolton, or what is it? I can't remember. But whatever it is, I've never driven a Lamborghini like this and actually had a lot of fun with it in Gran Turismo. I mean, like basically a road legal Lamborghini. Yes, I like driving the Huracan in Group 3. But, this sort of car, I just never really get to enjoy because on a track, it just feels a bit weird and constrained, and you actually realise how tight and twisty tracks can be. Whereas when you have these massive open roads here, you can actually let the car breathe. You can really reach the top speed and you can handle its speed and you get to enjoy the car a little bit more. It's not as precise as well. You can let the car rev out because it sounds nice, so you're not having to, it's not all about track preciseness and little deltas and everything. And look at the car on the left-hand side. And I feel like, look at the Porsche here. I want to drive this car on the road. I want to explore. I want to get to know this car. Track driving, I do track driving in real life now. It's very different to the experience you have in a car on the road. It's really, I'm going to struggle to explain this, but anyone who's watching who's done track driving, you will know it's a very different experience where you're driving the car in very certain parameters. You don't really let the car breathe as such. I mean, can't Gran Turismo give us this sort of experience on the left? Maybe set in Tokyo, maybe set somewhere in Japan. Some sort of street racing story where you start off as someone and you're having to tune your cars and get street cred or something like that. I just feel like there's so many opportunities. The right hand side, that is my car in real life. So I actually drive that car. I know that car inside out because I drive it so often. It's not the same experience in Gran Turismo. Yes, I can drive it on a track, but I can tell you it's not the same. I want to take that car and have the freedom to drive it on the open road. And I know so many of you do as well. And kind of when I do these comparisons, I just realise how restrictive the world of Gran Turismo is in a sort of time and space where Forza, yes, has motorsport, but it also has Horizon. So Forza have taken the view that we're going to give you a focus game for track, Forza Motorsport. We're also going to take the vast majority of those cars, we're going to try and have a really good handling model, and we're going to put it in an open world. And it's just going to be a bit more accessible, a bit more fun. It's going to be less conservative, less sort of focused, less strict. And that's what I think you get. I'm not sure about stuff like Rewind, and I don't really care for all this festival elements that Motorfest does and Forza Horizon as well. That can all do one for me. But I just want to be able to just take this car onto a freeway in Gran Turismo and just see what it actually feels like going through the gears, what's the maximum performance you can get out of it, and then I will really get in tune with the tuning side of things as well. You know, some of us just want to cruise, and you could do this in VR and Gran Turismo, an incredible VR experience that is tragically so underutilized. I don't think they've done one single update to VR since they launched the game, which is a massive missed opportunity in my bit, but that's for another video. Imagine Gran Turismo Japan or something. Gran Turismo Tokyo. Imagine that gets announced. You take all of the cars from Gran Turismo, you take the VR, you take the handling, you take the weather, you take the physics, and you just say, we're going to remove the barriers. We're just going to let you have fun. And that is the weirdest thing about Gran Turismo. They're so fussy about parameters. It doesn't let you do like one-make races in lobbies. Doesn't let you really curate the single-player races as we would like to. It was months and months and months before they even allowed us to save settings in custom races, like madness. But the crew manifest like, yeah, just have this whole island and you make your own fun. I mean, think about playing games like Grand Theft Auto. You know, how many of us just do like the side quests? We're just cruising around. We dip in out of the story, but it's about making our own fun. And Gran Turismo it's not very good at making you have your own, or letting you have your own fun. It's really poor at supporting roleplay lobbies, even though a lot of people want to do roleplay. I thought that was slow motion on the right side. It's just a really slow car. But people want to do that. People want to do like cops and robbers. People want to do the stuff at Tokyo Expressway. People are screaming, trying to have an open world experience in Gran Turismo 7. And you end up fighting against Gran Turismo 7, which is crazy. We just saw that Rockstar purchased like a role-playing modding group. That's how much they value it and presumably are going to value it for Gran Theft Auto 6. It's surely time, everyone. It's surely time. I mean, let me know in the comments, by the way, if you do want to see free roam. Let me know if you don't want to see free roam. They do watch these videos. They know what, you know, the community wants, so we need to show them. And then it will get discussed. But even now, I'm just visualizing this. Get rid of the crap physics. Get rid of like the, you know, as I said, the festival stuff. And just imagine this in Gran Turismo. Imagine taking that RCZ Group 3 car and going to a location and being able to street race people, you know, and maybe there are tracks in the real world that you drive to the track and you have track days and then you drive back from the track. And you can drift around as well. Like the drifting in Gran Turismo is a bit of a weird experience. Drifting is something that is inherently sort of, for me, street-based and road-based, and they can facilitate that. And I feel like they can do it. I feel like they can do it, and I feel like they should do it, and I want them to do it. So I'm going to keep fighting your corner if you're the people in the comments saying, yes, we want free roam. And if you don't want free roam, I'm sorry, but I really want it. I just really, really want it. So I hope this video has been helpful in explaining that. Lots more around here. Make sure you're subscribed as well. You want to be subscribed. And I'll see you next time.